Hey everyone, welcome to your Tuesday Tech Tip. Today I'm going to talk about Data Studio. Data Studio is a Google tool that you can use to visualize data with your students. It creates fantastic infographic style representations of data. There are lots of templates to work with, and you can also create your infographic on your data from a blank report. So let's get started. The first thing that you want to consider is, where is my data coming from? So what data sources are you going to use? You have a couple of choices. There are built-in sample data reports in Data Studio, which you can access via these templates up top, or you can bring in your own data. If you want to bring in your own data, there are multiple sources on the internet for large data sets that you can work with. I will list some of those in the post below. For the moment, I'm going to work with some sample data sets. However, first of all, if you would like to bring in a data set, click on Data Sources. If you want to add a data set, you would have to have found that data set and downloaded it. So I actually have found a data set on the World Happiness Report 2021. I found that on Kaggle. I downloaded that right here. Once you've downloaded your data set, you will need to upload it into Google Drive and save it as a Google Sheet. Once you have your data set that you're working with into Google Drive and saved as a Google Sheet, you can access that from Data Studio. So if I want to bring in a data source, I click on Data Source. I go Create Data Source. It's going to prompt me, and I'm going to want to get it from Google Sheets. It will show you all the sheets that you have available to you, and I click on World Happiness Report. I say Connect. Once my data source is uploaded, it will appear right here. You can see I have the World Happiness Report ready to go here. You can return to reports. Now, I'm not going to use the World Happiness Report in this example. I'm going to use some population data that comes with Data Studio for the purposes of this demonstration. So if I'm going to create a new infographic, or I want to represent a new representation of my data without using a template, I'm going to click on Blank Report. It's going to ask me where I'm going to get my data, and I'm going to say my data sources. I'm going to use Sample World Population Data 2014, and I'm going to say Add, and we're ready to go. So I'm going to show three things with this data. I'm going to show the population per country in a table, which is the default table that's created. So I'm going to just adjust that size a little bit. I also would like to show the percentage of internet users per country. So I'm going to go Add Chart. I'm going to do that as a pie chart. I'm going to place that chart here. And you can see that it defaults to country and percentage of population. So the country is what they call the dimension, and the metric is population. I'm going to keep the country as my dimension, but I want to change my metric. So I'm just going to simply click, and it's going to give me the different metrics that I can use. And I'm going to actually do internet users. And so now my pie chart shows the country and the percentage of internet users. If you're wondering what this looks like when it's live and functioning, you can click View. And if you were sharing it, when I hover, you can see it gives the actual population data. So it gives the number of people and the percentage that are internet users. I can click Edit to go back to that. I'm going to add one more population metric. So I'm going to go to Add Chart. I'm going to add a map this time. I'm going to add in a filled map. Again, it's going to ask me to place it. And my map, again, defaults with country and population. I'm going to change that metric. I'm going to change it to percentage of population that is female. And so now I've created a quick visual representation of this population data. However, I'm not quite done. I can add some titles. So I'm going to add a text box up here. Across here, I'm going to add population data. You can manipulate the size and color and font if you see fit. Okay, you also might like to add in a different theme. So currently it's on the default theme. There are multiple themes expressed here. If you like, you can choose a different one, different color scheme. So there you go. That's how you can create a quick visual representation of data using Google Data Studio. Of course, this features all of the typical Google properties. You are able to share it. You can invite people. You can download the report. You can present it. What's really cool is the data will update itself if you update your sheet. So you can continually refresh the data, and it will give you an updated version of it as well. Of course, don't forget to give your reports a title. All right, so that's your Tuesday Tech Tip. A little bit of a quick introduction on how you can use Data Studio to visually represent data with your students. Hope you have a great day. See ya.